final Paramount game of this evening for the 30th annual Thanksgiving Holiday Tournament as Taylorville looks to take on the Civic Memorial Eagles. And Taylorville again going to have to play from behind as they're going to be without Addison Tarr this evening, who's still dealing with some injuries. But we wish her a speedy recovery on this one. But means that Kylie Himesness is going to have to step up again tonight. And really, Grace Rogers. And I say Grace Rogers because Grace was early in yesterday's game against Mount Himesness. Big minutes from some of the other Maisie Fleming as well. And we talk about Maisie Fleming. Maisie had a fantastic day yesterday. Really was a problem for defenders down low or when they would drive and go into the paint. Really causing issues there as well as just Maisie's 6'4" height. And there's nobody on Civic that can do that. The closest girl on Civic's, they got two girls, Allie Van Trichler and Meredith Bruckner. And Bruckner caused problems for Taylorville last year, but this was a team that could shoot the three and could shoot the three well. And they're going to be looking to do that again here against Taylorville. Taylorville's going to need to figure out a way to slow down that three-point attack from Civic, because if Civic's going to win this game, it's going to be due to the fact that they can shoot the three. It seemed like no matter what hand they had in their face, Civic Memorial was still able to drop the threes, and Taylorville's going to need to figure out a way to slow them down. I think they had like 24 three-pointers. It was something insane that they had against Taylorville. So Taylorville really going to try to look to see if they can slow down that attack against this Taylorville offense. Taylorville's going to need to figure out a way to slow down the three-point attack from this team. As far as tournaments go, Civic's been pretty good. They won last year. Rochester finished in first 2022. Then it was all Civic. Civic won in 2021, 2019, 2018, 2017. Hillsborough won in 2016 and 2015. And Taylorville, the last time Taylorville won was in 2014. So they are looking to see if they can't come out 5-0 on this tournament. Taylorville looking to go 5-0, as I said. Now, as far as the Tornadoes go, if they are able to slow down this attack, they should be all right. But again, it all comes down to being able to minimize the three-point basket. But both teams coming into this game, I believe, 4-0. And we'll get you all that information here in just a little bit. Let's see. We'll get this for you if my phone wants to cooperate, which it never does. Let's see. It's just running really, really slow. I want to thank our sponsors who allow us to be here today. The senior citizens of Christian County. Enjoy trips, lunches, fellowships. Stay active in your senior years with the senior citizens of Christian County. I also want to thank the... got my sheet here. I want to thank also Taylorville Community Credit Union. Yeah, Hillsborough. Let's see. Yeah, Civic. Actually, Civic Memorial barely beat Hillsborough. The score was 47-45, so Civic must have struggled shooting the ball yesterday. But yeah, Civic won that game 47-45. Taylorville feels that they're right there. Taylorville feels that they can do this. They're going to need to be able to shoot the ball well today. And it all comes down to Kylie Himesness, Maisie Fleming, and Grace Rogers being able to step up. So, other scores that we got to tell you about: Rochester beating Jacksonville 65-20. Also, Hillsborough beating Jacksonville just now in the game that we just had, 66-36. So let's see. Yeah, some big games right there in these games earlier today. But Taylorville would love nothing more than to pick up a big win against this Civic team that struggled against Hillsborough. Taylorville, of course, beating Hillsborough, but they beat her with Addie Tarr, who's not playing in today's game. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and much keys to the game, much more right here on 965thechill.com. Back in a moment.
Civic Memorial Eagles and your Taylorville Tornadoes. At this time, could you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Let's meet our starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Eagles of Civic Memorial High School. At a forward, a 6-foot senior, number 10, Meredith Bruckner. At a guard, a 5'6" junior, number 1, Marley Durbin. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 4, Marley Ogden. At guard, a 5'5" senior, number 20, Regan 20. And at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 14, Avery Huddleston. The Eagles are coached by Jeff Durbin. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Taylorville Tornadoes. At one forward, a 5'10" sophomore, number 14, Grace Rogers. At the other forward, a 6'4" senior, number 32, Maisie Fleming. At a guard, a 5'2" junior, number 4, Peyton DeMichael. At a guard, a 5'8" senior, number 11, Leah Champley. And at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 24, Kylie Heimsness. The Tornadoes are coached by Hayden Eldred, assisted by Kevin Kitzman and Tad McCullough. Officials for this contest are Kevin Grigg, Marcus Butler, and Mike Bell.
We'll look to see if they can't go our jump ball, brought to you exclusively by your Taylorville McDonald's, where I'm loving it, and they love the Tornadoes. Maisie looking to get the jump. Taylorville's gotten every jump so far this season, although they did not get to actually drive down as the ball was stolen from Taylorville on the opening tip-off in yesterday's game against Mount Zion. The Taylorville get ready to go. Maisie gets it to Kylie, and sure enough, Taylorville's underway, beating Meredith Bruckner for the ball. Kylie will start the ball across midcourt and over the left-hand side to Grace Rogers in the left wing. Up top to Peyton DeMichael, then feeds it into Maisie at the free throw line. Maisie drives forward a couple steps, kicks it back to Kylie, who shoots a quick three, and that's how you want to start the game. Kylie Heimsness, who is going to Milliken next year to play basketball. Kylie Heimsness says, listen, I know I'm going to get things going, and that's a good sign for Taylorville. Kylie Heimsness hitting a three early to get Taylorville up 3-0. See what Civic wants to do to answer back. Marley Durbin getting the ball over to Avery Huddleston, then back over to 20, over on the left wing. Regan, 20. And over the right-hand side, picked up by Avery Huddleston. Huddleston over the left wing, then back up top as Civic tries to move the ball around. Regan, 20, drives in, has a shot blocked by Leah Champley out of bounds, and it's Taylorville basketball. All right, Grace Rogers to inbound. Again, Taylorville looking for a win here in this tournament. Got to pick up a win against Civic, a team that they've struggled with the last few years. Peyton DeMichael takes a quick shot. That one's good as well. Taylorville up 5-0. So DeMichael and Heimsness with the points for Taylorville, who are up 5-0, 6:50 left here in this first quarter. Top of the key for Marley Ogden. Ogden over the right-hand side, feeding it back over. Looking for room is Marley Durbin. Durbin tries to get it back over. Right next to the line is Ogden, but Ogden stays inbounds, getting coached from Jeff Durbin on the sideline. Marley Durbin, left wing, holds onto it. No threat up front. She just stands there. Now gets a half screen from Huddleston, but no one's there. Now back over the right-hand side. Taylorville is kind of content to let them just pass the ball around up top. The defense playing good. Now tries to drive on the right-hand side, and the Tornadoes have done a really good job. Baseline drive, no room right there. Now Regan 20 had room for a three, but changed her mind, drove baseline, and kicks it back out. Now up top again. Boy, if there was a shot clock, they would have violated it already. No shot clock, though, and Avery Huddleston on the right wing. Cuts over now up top. Feeds it back over to Marley Ogden, and now a double dribble. And another turnover for the Eagles, and Taylorville will capitalize. Now 6 minutes, and boy, Taylorville can do that. They're going to be all right, but they need to be able to capitalize on these gains. Get some points out of turnovers. Kylie trying to get that ball down across midcourt, being guarded by Avery Huddleston. Right side, Kylie flings it. Liga Champley, short, tries again, out of bounds, and who is it? It's going to be Civic ball. So Taylorville cannot capitalize on the turnover, and it stays 5-0. 5:45 left here in this first quarter. Just underway here in Taylorville for our last game of this holiday tournament. Started last weekend. 3 games in 24 hours last weekend, and now 2 in the last 24 here in this weekend. Stopped her dribble over the right-hand side. Marley Ogden nearly traveled. Now the three-point shot is way off the mark, and stepping on the line is Civic, and that is going to be out on Meredith Bruckner, and Taylorville will take over. Grace Rogers inbound to Kylie Heimsness. Heimsness feeling comfortable here early in this one. No fouls, no nothing. Everybody playing clean so far. A couple turnovers to talk about, but nothing desperately horrible. Grace Rogers, amazing Grace! With the three, and it's a quick timeout for Civic as Taylorville leads this one 8-0. And boy, the Tornadoes fired up on that one, and boy, can you blame them. This basketball season, our broadcasts are dedicated to Taylorville resident Frank Blanchfield. Frank was a lifelong Taylorville fan, inducted into the Basketball Museum of Illinois in 1995. Frankie worked as a public address announcer at Taylorville High School for more than 20 years, serving as a host to both officials and opposing teams. Frankie passed away at the age of 81 in early October of this year and will be deeply missed by his friends, players, coaches, officials, faculty, and the fans that made it to every Taylorville game. This season is dedicated to you, Frankie, and we miss you. Timeout is over. Taylorville leads this one 8-0, 5:10 here in the first. Taylorville looking to keep this drive going, and Civic will bring the ball in off the timeout, off the three-point shot. $3 to the tip. No idea how Kylie found Leah Champley, but she did. And it's 10-0, 4:49 left here in this one. As I was saying before the turnover, $3 for every three-point shot made by the boys-girls basketball team in all the games they play by your local owned Screws Coffee in Taylorville, exclusive sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. And finally, getting on the board is Civic as Avery Huddleston puts that one in, and slow to get up is Kylie Heimsness, and that is not what Taylorville needs. Kylie, slow to get up here. We're going to take a quick 30. You're listening to 96.5thechill.com. Back in a moment. Doesn't walk off under her own power, but she's motioning to her left knee, and Taylorville cannot afford to have Kylie out. As I was saying, Kylie Heimsness going to Millikan University, and we're excited to see what the future holds for her. Very, very good basketball player, and she's going to be great for Millikan University. Of course, we all know, and shot is missed right there as Maisie Fleming getting in there and blocking that one. 10-2, 4 minutes left here in this one. Of course, you know Addison Tarr is going to SEMU. And Maisie Fleming playing volleyball for UIS next year. So a lot of these girls going to be playing at the college level. Ball up top to Grace Miller. Miller over the left-hand side. Miller over the right wing. And now throws it out of bounds to Liz Martin. But Liz Martin's on the playing on the game right now as Miller threw it way off the mark. And now Taylorville will take over. 10-2, 3:52 left here in this one. Hope Kitzman. Over the right-hand side, stolen away. Or no, nearly stolen away. Leah grabs it. Maisie now, and no shot, but Maisie does get fouled, and Fleming will head to the line to shoot two. First, so that is the first foul that we'll see on the Eagles, as picking up that one will be Isabel Edwards. Maisie's first free throw, no good, too strong. Maisie's a pretty good free throw shooter. And good news for Taylorville as Kylie checks back into the game. And always a good sign when she took a pretty big tumble there. We're happy to see her back in this one. Maisie's second free throw, that one's good. And 1 for 2 from the charity stripe for her, and it's 11-2 lead for the Tornadoes. Huddleston now across midcourt. Avery being guarded by Hope Kitzman. Ball over the left-hand side, picked up by Miller. Miller now drives towards the middle of the lane. Wide open three, and that hits. And again, we talked before the game started as Allie Van Trucher hits that three-point shot, and it's 11-5. So never out of it when you can shoot the three well, and Civic can shoot the three very, very well. Kylie working on the left-hand side. We'll see how that knee holds up. Shot is up, no good, but they're going to call a double dribble on Taylorville. So Kylie spun, and I guess she held the ball. I'm not quite sure. So, Marley Durbin over the top of the key, and then over to Avery Huddleston. Huddleston, top of the key, then over the right-hand side. Civic looks rejuvenated. We'll see if Taylorville is able to slow down this attack here. The momentum slowly feeling like it's shifting. 11-5, though, Taylorville leads. And now losing the basketball. And now a foul coming in, and again, Taylorville picking up a foul off the, not on the shot. Foul is on Grace Rogers, her first. And again, Grace got into foul trouble yesterday in that game against Mount Zion. Shot is way off the mark and picked up and now out of bounds on Civic. It'll be Taylorville basketball. There was a little bit of fight for it underneath the lane as Grace Miller threw it in, but it didn't do what they wanted it to, and Taylorville will take over as it was just off. They tried to do the whole throw it off the Taylorville player, but it didn't work. Tornadoes lead this one 11-5, 2:32 left here in the first quarter. Off out of bounds, and it'll be off Hope Kitzman and turnover again, and Civic grabs the ball back. Huddleston to throw it in. Getting ready to check in is Audrey Frankfurt. Frankfurt will check in for Grace Miller. Taylorville's got to love the way that this game started, but you feel the momentum starting to shift, and Taylorville's going to need to figure out a way to slow down again, to slow down this three-point attack. I've been saying it all game. I'm going to keep saying it, especially as this team shoots the ball very, very well. Trying to fight forward, and now a push, and I don't know where that came from. Another push. This one's going to be Grace's second foul. Coach Hayden Eldred frustrated with that, and now Max Simplecamp will check in, and Grace will have to sit. Grace had the early three-point shot that put Taylorville up 11-2. The throw in from Huddleston, right side, picked up by Isabel Edwards. Over the left, another three, way off the mark, but right into the, and now that one's blocked by Maisie Fleming. Maisie's long arms and nothing there, and finally rebounded by Leah Champley, and they're going to need Maisie underneath that ball. Now turnover as Kylie couldn't hold on to it, and now Kylie will pick up the foul in the end one. And it's 11-7. The pass from Leah to Kylie was super high, hit her in the shoulder, went right into the hands of Avery Huddleston. When she went up for the shot, she got fouled. Another sub to tell you about as Peyton DeMichael checks back in for Hope Kitzman, along with Marley Ogden back in the game. Free throw, good. 3-point play complete for Huddleston, and it's 11-8. All right, so here we go. Now the full court press as Regan 20 checks back into the game. Kylie working on Regan. Cross midcourt. Gets a screen from Leah, but good movement from Civic as Audrey Frankfurt cuts off the lane. Up top to Maisie. Maisie back over to Kylie. Kylie motioning for help. Gets it from the screen from Maisie, but again, good ball movement on the screen. Now a turnover again is stolen away by Audrey Frankfurt. And Civic, after starting off super slow, is within one, and now off the ball. They're going to say it went off Taylorville. It's Civic Memorial basketball. 1:25 here in the first quarter. Everyone fighting on those lanes. Civic very sneaky on those sidelines. Regan 20 getting that ball into Frankfurt and then over the right-hand side, loosening the basketball. And now struggling for it on the ground. And a jump ball called. It'll be right back to Civic basketball. You felt the momentum start to shift out of the three-point basket from Van Truchler. Now another three, and that was Regan 20. And we're all tied up, minute 10 left here in this one. Max Sibblecamp getting the ball over to Maisie, stolen away by Regan 20 on a lazy pass. Now the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be back to Taylorville. But again, Taylorville cannot afford those passes, and there's a 30-second timeout with 61 seconds left. So after trailing 11-2, a 9-0 run for Civic Memorial gets them right back in this one, and it's 11-11 here with a three from Van Truchler and a three from Regan 20. Taylorville scoring from everyone. Kylie Himes says the three, Grace Rogers with a three, Leah Champley 2, Peyton DeMichael 2, and a free throw from Maisie Fleming. But really, after starting off 11-2, Civic's climbed right back into this, and Taylor's going to need to figure out again how to slow down this attack. All right, 61 seconds left here in this first quarter, and what has been a barn burner so far. Taylorville had a big run in the beginning, and now it's been all Civic in the last three. Peyton DeMichael will inbound. Gets the ball in, launches it to Kylie Himes. Himes is working on Regan 20. Left side. Peyton, Max Sibblecamp. Mac banks it in! And it's 14-11, Taylorville. 20. Cross midcourt. Trying to work on Sibblecamp. Turns left, spins, drives in. The floater goes right in. 14-13. Peyton DeMichael trying to get around Marley Ogden. Being harassed and chased. Loose ball, she picks it up. And now, jump ball called, and will stay with Taylorville. This is Sibblecamp, then back over to Himesness. Himesness, long three. No good. Picked up on the right, Sibblecamp. Drives in, cuts over the left-hand side, and now Taylorville can't control that one. And out of bounds off of Peyton DeMichael. Coaching staff for Taylorville saying, hey, let's calm down a little bit. 1 point lead for the Tornadoes, 17 seconds. Maisie comes out, checking in as Bailey Werns. I'm going to put you on the call. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on the call. Left-hand side for Lucas Dominowski joining us over here at the announcer's table. Bailey Werns tries to get that one and a foul. So if you're just joining us, Taylorville had an 11-2 lead, and it's been all Civic since then as they came storming back here in this one, and they tied up 11-11. Taylorville hit a three-point shot thanks to Max Sibblecamp, and now a foul from Bailey Werns gives the basketball to Van Truchler, who gets the first free throw, and I can only imagine. And now an off-the-ball foul on Civic. So that's the first foul on Gracie Miller. Her first, team first for the quarter. All tied up at 14 apiece. Again, if you're just joining us, Taylorville was up 11-2, but it's been all Civic since then. Peyton DeMichael, left wing. DeMichael feeds into Maisie Fleming, and now a reach in and a hold on Civic, and Taylorville will take the ball at the bottom of the basket. And 2 fouls within 20 seconds for Grace Miller. And she'll check out. As coming in will be Isabel Edwards. Maisie with the ball on the far left side. Over to DeMichael. DeMichael back over to Kylie. Open 3. No good on that one. Max Sibblecamp tried grabbing the rebound, but it was just outstretched too far. Marley Durbin grabs it. Durbin across midcourt on the right-hand side. Cuts through, starts step over the right wing, and now blocked by Grace Rogers. Rogers strips that one away. Kylie all down to Sibblecamp all alone, turns, spins, drives forward, and then gets fouled as she goes up for the shot, and she will shoot 2. Max Sibblecamp has been an absolute beast since she came on this team. Sophomore girl, and she's been fantastic and a big 6-man off the bench for this Taylorville team. That is the first foul on Meredith Bruckner, and Max Sibblecamp hits the free throw. Taylorville would love nothing more than to get Bruckner in foul trouble. Second free throw. No good, off the mark, rebounded by Isabel Edwards. And now here comes Civic. Taylorville up by 1, 7-14 in this first half, and what has been a close game. The winner of this game will win the championship for the tournament. Civic has won it quite a lot in the last couple of years. Taylorville looking for their first win in the tournament since 2014. And now the pass picked off on a good read from Marley Durbin. Durbin, left side, and Maisie blocks that one and got a finger on it. Peyton DeMichael gets the rebound, and Maisie giving herself early candidacy for our Nicole Patrick Player of the Game. She's been fantastic underneath the basket. Gets it to Grace, throws too strong, and Grace couldn't hold on to it. Another turnover. Taylorville just feels a little bit too amped up in this one. They took an early lead, and it just feels that they are just rushing just a little bit here in this first half. And Durbin will get ready to inbound. A couple subs to tell you about as Isabel Edwards checks out for Civic. In comes the dangerous Van Truchler. And Leah Champley in for Taylorville. Kylie Heimsness and Marley Durbin in a battle over on the right-hand side. Three-point shot from Truchler is good as it gets the friendly roll, and that's a story that we saw all year last year when these girls played. It didn't matter if Taylorville had 2 hands in the face. Civic was still hitting their threes. Grace Rogers not close on that one, tried to get around the foul instead of going through it. And now Civic grabs the ball back. Regan 20 nearly has the ball stripped by Kylie Heimsness. Gets the ball over to Durbin. Durbin on the right wing. She goes towards the right 20. Now takes a couple steps forward. And now a foul comes in on Taylorville. 20 tried driving on the left-hand side around Taylorville's Peyton DeMichael. And Peyton will pick up her first. So after a pretty relatively clean first quarter, been foul heavy here in the second. Left side for Marley Durbin. Durbin being guarded by Grace Rogers. Now starts her dribble, top of the key. Rogers plays off just a little bit, then over the right-hand side for Huddleston. Huddleston back up to the top of the key. Now feeding it into the basket. Turns, spins, shoots, and good read and puts it in. And Van Truchler has 8. Kylie into Grace Rogers. Civic just playing a harassing defense. They just don't go away. And Taylorville's going to need to figure out a way to handle this defense. Grace cuts over, Spins, fakes a shot, now cuts over the right. Fleming turns, drives forward, takes a couple steps, spins, flings it over her head to Kylie. Kylie, three, off the mark, and no good. Kylie hit her first three, has been quiet since. Rebounded by Marley Durbin, and here come the Eagles. Up 19-15. Durbin, left-hand side to 20. Back up top to Meredith Bruckner. Van Truchler is really the big scorer here. And that one's good as well from Bruckner. Bruckner's first shot goes in. And it's a 21-15 lead. Civic's largest lead of the day. Kylie got banged up in that first quarter, and you wonder how much her knee's bothering her. Open three. And Kylie hits and says, no, Leroy, I'm fine. Her second three of the game. And it's 21-18. One possession game. Durbin, top of the key. Cuts over to her right. Stops her dribble, and now Taylorville collapses. Struggle with it. And that's a big charge. Boy, Avery Huddleston using her shoulder and pushing Peyton DeMichael out of the way, and that's going to be a big foul on Civic Memorial right there. Her first, and pretty blatant foul. Hope Kitzman checking into the game. Want to welcome you all. Hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Glad to have you joining us wherever you may be watching the game on TommyTV or listening on the radio and 965thechill.com. Hope Kitzman, top of the key. Cuts over. Leah Champley grabs it on the left side. Over to Grace Rogers. Rogers drives baseline, in trouble. Tries to get over to Kylie. Kylie does grab it to Kitzman. Kitzman's. Kylie, another three. That one's short and picked up on the run by Marley Durbin. Durbin all alone on a fast break. And no shot, but she will get fouled. And Coach Hayden Eldred fired up. Tells Max Simplecamp to go in. So heading to the line will be Durbin. Grace Rogers has gotten into foul trouble. And good free throw from Durbin. Second free throw. Good as well. A 9-4 run for Civic here in the second quarter. Kylie, top of the key. Tries to do everything. Left side, picked up and kicked out. DeMichael. Or excuse me, not DeMichael, Simplecamp. And now Leah Champley gets that ball stripped away from her left side, and Isabel Edwards grabs it. Now a late foul coming in on Leah Champley. Again, Civic just smothering Taylorville on defense. Holy cow. Second foul on Leah Champley. Free throw good from Isabel Edwards. Third team foul for Taylorville, who find themselves trailing in this one, 24-18. Second free throw as well, good as well. Now an off-the-ball foul, and again, Civic smothering. And that foul is on Grace Miller, her third. And that's the fifth foul, so Kylie will go to the line to shoot. There's a fine line between smothering defense and fouling. Kylie to the line to shoot. Himes is a very good free throw shooter. Can't get the first one. See what adjustments Coach Hayden Eldred does at halftime. Kylie's second free throw good. 1 for 2 from her from the charity stripe. Durbin to bring the ball down across midcourt. Marley being guarded by Kylie Heimsness over the left-hand side to Isabel Edwards. Edwards over to the right wing and up top to Audrey Frankfurt, and a travel on Civic. 6-point game. Hope Kitzman into Kylie. Kylie, cross midcourt. Gets it, Hope, gets nope, stolen away. Picked off easily by Allie Van Truchler. Truchler over the right side, grabbed by Durbin. Corner, drives around Maisie Fleming and loses the basketball. Another foul comes in on Taylorville. Kylie's second. Team fourth. Good free throw from Isabel Edwards. And Durbin checks out for, I believe, Avery Huddleston. Second free throw, short, rebounded by McKinley Simplecamp. Now off the ball, and it's going to be right back to Civic basketball. Another slow pass gets picked off, and Civic just all over the ball today. Ogden to inbound. Avery Huddleston grabs it. 2:38 left here in this first half. 26-19 in favor of Civic. Up top. Tries to cut around Simplecamp. Left side. Drives in is Frankfurt. And Frankfurt loses their dribble and out of bounds. And it'll be Civic Taylorville basketball. Wanted to foul. Did not get it. And Hope Kitzman inbound. Kitzman gets into Maisie. And over to Kylie. Kylie, high dribble, but able to grab it. And now they wanted to over. They do get the carry. It was a high pass. Kylie had to try to corral it. I didn't even hear the whistle on it. Everyone just stopped playing. A couple more substitutions as checking out is Frankfurt. Kitzman, Leah Champley, Maisie Fleming, Kylie Heimses, and McKinley Simplecamp in the game for Taylorville. Left side, trying to work around Kitzman. Feeding it in, turning, trying to get around Leah. No shot, as it was just way off the mark, and it's going to be Civic ball again. 2:04 left here in the first half. Taylorville trying to go on a little run here. They have been absolutely just smothered on defense here in this quarter. Kick ball will be try again, round two. Avery Huddleston to inbound. And now losing the basketball, picked up by Leah Champley. Maisie Fleming, another steal for Maisie. Hope Kitzman, left side. Kylie Heimsness, left wing. Gets the screen from Simplecamp. Simplecamp rolls out on the give and go. Long three from McKinley Simplecamp. Banks it in! Just what the doctor ordered. At 26-22 for the sophomore. 4-point game. 96 seconds left here in the first half. Loses the basketball. Picked up by Simplecamp. Simplecamp gets it over to Kylie Heimsness. Heimsness trying to go against Regan 20. Saves it. Nearly going out of bounds. Up with it, and good from Kylie. Hello, Taylorville. Where have you been? 26-24. Left side tries to get around Maisie Fleming. She does, and silences the crowd for a moment on a shot from Avery Huddleston. 4-point game. Kylie Heimsness, 66 seconds. And if this is what the first half is, Lord help me if my health will be able to stand the third and fourth quarter. Kylie over to McKinley Simplecamp. Simplecamp left side. Gets a nice screen from Maisie Fleming, but off the mark. But right into Leah Champley's hands, and Leah puts it in. 49 seconds left in a 2-point game. Looking for help. Doesn't have it. Huddleston looking over to Jeff Durbin on the sideline for instruction. Huddleston over the right-hand side. Nearly loses the basketball. They do! And it's just going to go out of bounds as Meredith Bruckner can only watch as it goes out, and Taylorville takes over. And now you start to see the momentum shift over towards Taylorville. 32 seconds left here in this first half. Kylie Heimsness, cross midcourt. Left side from McKinley Simplecamp. Simplecamp loses the basketball, and now a kick ball. And it's going to be a turnover again. Nope, I'm sorry. It was kicked by Civic. A sub coming in as Marley Ogden checks into the game. Again, one big story in this one that we haven't talked about a whole lot is depth. Both these teams have plenty of depth and can really, you don't feel as that one's blocked. 3-point shot from Simplecamp is blocked, but they're going to say it didn't touch anyone. I really felt that there was a hand that got on that ball, but the shot was short, and Civic will take over. Cross midcourt. Huddleston, left-hand side. Edwards, right over the right wing. Simplecamp nearly grabbing that one. Simplecamp's been so huge today off the bench. Left side, and shot at the buzzer, in, out, no good. And listen, that's a shot that Civic was making all year last year. We go to the locker room. Civic 28, Taylorville 26. You're listening to 96.5theshow.com. Back in just a little bit. in this tournament. Civic has a couple more games under their belt from games that they played prior. Otherwise than that, when you look at the rest of this tournament, kind of interesting. Hillsboro sitting at 3-2, Jacksonville 0-5, Rochester sitting at 1-4, and Mount Zion sitting at 2-3. So Taylorville and Civic have dominated. Hillsboro. So Taylorville in first, Civic Memorial in first, Hillsboro in second. They will finish the tournament 3-2. Mount Zion finishes 2-3. Rochester finishes 1-4, and Jacksonville finishes 0-5. So one of these teams is going to take the tournament. The other team is going to take second. Taylorville trying to avoid second place as they won second here last year as well. And when you look at last year's tournament, yeah, Taylorville finished 4-1 last year, 4-1 in 2022. 3-2 in 2021, and then 1-4 in 2019. So Taylorville trying to get over that hump, and if they're going to get over that hump, one way that they're going to be able to have to do that is to get around this smothering defense from Civic Memorial. Civic is all over them, and Taylorville would love nothing more than for some of these Civic Memorial Eagles to get into foul trouble here. Happy birthday, Ayana. Oh, I said your name right. Happy birthday. But Taylorville would love nothing more than to be able to slow down the three-point attack. Oh, it's coming right for me. I got it. And slow down the just be able to shoot well. And that's something that Taylorville has gone through spurts here in this early part of the season. When they've been scoring a lot. But when they go through their dry spell, it's been their defense really that's kept them in games. And one way that they're able to do that is by shutting down the interior. But Civic trying to exploit that. When they're not able to do that, they cut it and shoot it from the corner. This game, a big test for Taylorville. They're playing without their star basketball player, Addison Tarr, who is still dealing with some injuries. I talked to Coach Hayden Eldred yesterday about it. He said, look, we're being precautionary about this. No sense in her injuring it worse as we get ready for a long season. And Taylorville really will go on the road for all of December. So the girls team will not be back until the holiday Christmas tournament that'll take place between Christmas and New Year's. So there's about 8 games, I think, where Taylorville is on the road. Of course, we'll have all the action for you. Every game we'll be calling for you guys on 96.5thechill.com. But for the Tornadoes, they would love nothing more than to go out on the road 5-0. They find themselves trailing at halftime, 28-26. Kylie Himes, a big reason for this Taylorville team to be as close as they are. She has 9. But again, you know, when Taylorville beat Jacksonville earlier this year, nobody had more than 12 points. Taylorville does a really, really good job of spreading the ball around, and that's the case in this game as well. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players already have points on the board for Taylorville. I want to thank our sponsors who allow us to be here. Lucas Dominowski. Thank you, Lucas, for allowing me to be here. I appreciate it. No, I'm just kidding. TCCU, the exclusive sponsor of the Taylorville Tornado Timeout, conveniently located in Taylorville, Payne, Hillsboro, Litchfield, or online at tccu.org. Senior Citizens of Christian County, exclusive sponsor of the Taylorville Tornado Free Throw. Keep active in your senior years. Enjoy trips, lunches, activities, and fellowship with the senior citizens of Christian County in Taylorville. This season's Jump Ball, sponsored exclusively by your Taylorville McDonald's, where I'm loving it, and they love the Tornadoes. I went over, had a quarter pounder today. I'm telling you what, it's been a while since I've had a decent quarter pounder. That was really, really good today. Now, don't forget to join us at the end of today's broadcast when we announce the WTIM Tornado Player of the Game, sponsored exclusively by Nicole Patrick, your country financial agent in Taylorville. And Scooter's Coffee will donate $3 for every 3-point shot made by the boys and girls basketball team in all of the games they play. Grace Rogers, right wing. Grace with 3 fouls. Got to keep her head in the game here in this one. Leah Champley, left wing, being guarded by I thought that was Regan 20. It's not. It's Avery Huddleston. Feeds the ball into the interior. Macy Fleming out top, left wing. Grace Rogers off the mark to the left-hand side. Rebounded underneath the basket by Isabel Edwards. Edwards, left-hand side baseline drive and shoving Leah Champley out of the way. Leah will pick up a blocking foul for her efforts. 28-26, 7:31 left here in this first half. Good crowd on hand here for a Saturday night. Again, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and we'll get ready for the grind of December. December always feels like a weird month. Part of it you work, part of it you don't, except unless you're on the radio, then you're always working. Meredith Bruckner over to the right-hand side, over to Marley Ogden. Ogden on the right wing, then brings it up top, getting instruction from head coach Jeff Durbin. Over the right side, being guarded by Peyton DeMichael, then kicks it out over the top to Isabel Edwards. Edwards over to Durbin, and now Civic slowing the game down. They moved really, really fast in that second quarter, actually only outscoring them 14-12. It was 14-14 at halftime, 14-12 in the end of the first quarter. And now a three-point shot, and good for Marley Durbin to start things going up for the Civic Memorial Eagles, 31-26. Kylie Heimsness, cross midcourt, and now picked off again. Pass to Grace Rogers, now that ball gets knocked away out of bounds, but good job from Kylie to knock that ball out and not get a foul called on her, and Civic will take over. Again, the lazy passes are getting picked off, and Taylorville's got to be a little bit smarter with their passing. Ogden to inbound. High pass picked up by Marley Durbin. Durbin being guarded by Heimsness. Right side, then in the free throw line. No room there as Leah Champley shut down that lane. Skip pass in, turn, spin, shoots off the mark, and now knocked over and somehow corralled by Marley Ogden. That ball got punched out, I believe, by Avery Huddleston, who was able to keep that one with Civic Memorial. Second chance for them, and they're lucky there's no shot clock yet. They've taken their time trying to get these shots set up against this Taylorville defense. Avery Huddleston up top to Durbin, then back over to Huddleston. Around Leah Champlin over the left-hand side, up top of the key, then over the right-hand side again. Civic playing keep away, trying to find an open shot. They don't have it. Now holding at the top of the key. Avery Huddleston resets. Huddleston takes a couple steps in, cuts around through traffic, up and in. Now Taylorville will take a 30-second timeout. Civic fired up on that one. It's 33-26 and a 5-0 run for Civic here in this third quarter, who already were up by 2 we started that third quarter. Listening to 96.5theshow.com, back in 30. Taylorville down 33-26. Peyton DeMichael under the basket. Peyton can't hold on to another turnover. Again, Taylorville started off this game with an 11-2 lead. Civic came storming back thanks to a couple three-point shots. And now it's been back and forth ever since, although Civic's held the advantage here through most of the second and into this early part of the third, although Taylorville has not gone away yet. Taylorville playing without their best player, Addison Tarr. And now shot, and again, open room for Marley Durbin. She's heating up. She's got 7. Kylie across midcourt. Taylorville looking for their first points here in this third quarter. Already 5 minutes left here in the third. Kylie tries to cut around, spins, turns. Over the left-hand side, picked up by Grace Rogers. Rogers trying to get forward, no room there. DeMichael with a 3, and Peyton DeMichael gets the 3. 6-point game and a big 3, and that gives the crowd a sigh of relief here as Taylorville is struggling to get on the board. Left side for Marley Ogden. Ogden over to the right to Meredith Bruckner. Bruckner over to Durbin. Durbin skip pass over the left-hand side over to Isabel Edwards and trying to find some room, drives through, and now Fleming comes down hard and will pick up the foul. Only Maisie's first. That's something that she has gotten so much better at as her career has progressed. She would often get into foul trouble, especially in her sophomore year and even part of her junior year. His first free throw goes in for Huddleston, but much cleaner game. She's her footwork's gotten way better, and she's really, really controlled a lot of the fouls that she's had, but came down hard on that one. Second free throw good as well. A 9-3 run for Civic. High pass. Maisie picks it up. Maisie takes off. Uses her long frame to get some room there. DeMichael left side for Kylie. Kylie, no pass. And Grace Rogers can't hit. Misses the 3. Picked up on the rebound by Isabel Edwards. Down to the basket. Left side. Open 3. Good. Avery Huddleston with an open three, and Taylorville takes a full timeout, down 40-29. Their largest deficit of the entire season. 40-29 here. 4:08 left in the third quarter. You're listening. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but apparently I was at commercial for a little bit. Don't know when that happened, so I'll just fill you in on what happened. Avery Huddleston hitting a big three, and Taylorville has their largest deficit of the game that we've seen, of the season so far. They trailed in this one 40-29 in a 12-3 run for Civic. Taylorville's going to need to figure out a way to slow down this attack and stop this bleeding. Macy Fleming picking up her first foul. And I talked a little bit about Macy and just how much better she's gotten, especially with her footwork and her hands, just not getting into foul trouble like she used to. But Taylorville's going to need to figure out a way to claw their way back into this game. Peyton DeMichael, Kylie Heimsness, the full court press, and Taylorville trying to work their way around this press. DeMichael, now down to Kylie, and they do get cross midcourt. Kylie takes the three. No good off the mark. Grace picks up the rebound. Grace kicks it out to DeMichael. Then over to the right side of Macy Fleming. Fleming's shot, no good. Grace, second chance. And the end one. Grace Rogers. That's a big basket when you need it. And Rogers led to the line to shoot one. Foul coming in on Marley Ogden. Her team first, yeah. And now McKinley Simplecamp will check in for Peyton DeMichael. Grace Rogers, free throw. No good off the mark, left-hand side, rebounded by Marley Ogden. So Taylorville can't complete the three-point play, and their offense has been relatively stagnant here in this third quarter. First real deficit we've seen for Taylorville all season long. Three-point shot, and now Marley Ogden hitting a three, and Civic now all of a sudden can't miss the three-point shot, and that's trouble for Taylorville. That pass picked off easily by Meredith Bruckner, and Taylorville in free fall here in this third quarter. Ogden, right side, up top, wide open for Avery Huddleston. Huddleston, left side. Marley Durbin, skip pass over the left wing. Picked up by Avery Huddleston. Up top, Meredith Bruckner, and now off the ball foul. It'll be Taylorville basketball in charge. And Marley Ogden picks up her second. She'll sub out. And again, the depth on the Civic team. One player gets in foul trouble, somebody else just steps up and takes over. But Civic, who's up by 12, backs off the full court press. Kylie, cross midcourt, left side for Grace Rogers. Rogers in left wing, looking for a little bit of help, being guarded by Isabel Edwards. Now takes off, loses the basketball, but able to pick it up. Tries to find some room on the right-hand side. High pass corralled by McKinley Simplecamp. Mack stops her dribble, skip pass over Leah Champley. Champley double teamed and stolen away by Avery Huddleston. Huddleston on 2-on-1, and a rare miss as Isabel Edwards cannot hold that pass. And a turnover, and Taylorville will take it. Taylorville will get ready to inbound. 43-31 in favor of the Civic Memorial Eagles. 2:28 left here in the third quarter. Still plenty of time, but Taylorville really needs to go on a run here. Kylie, right side, picked up by Grace Rogers. Rogers on the right wing. Couple steps forward, then cuts back. Feeds to Leah Champley. Champley forward and back through the hands of Edwards. Three-point shot from Kylie Himes. This is short, hits the front of the iron, and rebounded by Isabel Edwards. Edwards all alone for Huddleston, and Huddleston puts it in. 9 points for Huddleston in this third quarter alone. She's got 16 overall. Kylie, cross midcourt. Right side for Maisie. Maisie to Leah. Leah, long two and airballs it. Rebounded by Isabel Edwards. Peyton DeMichael and Hope Kitzman getting ready to check into the game. Grace Miller, left side. Van Truschler. Skip pass in, Regan 20 all alone. No good on the shot. 20 travel. They're going to say a foul on Taylorville, although it's been a cold one today here in Central Illinois. Yeah, so let's take, we'll stay right here. It was 14-14 at the end of the first quarter. It was a 14-12 run in the second for Civic, but it's been all Civic here in this third quarter as Taylorville struggling to find the basket and handle Civic Memorial's press. Timeout is over. Taylorville trails in this one 45-31. Civic will inbound the ball. Avery Huddleston will get ready to chip this one in. Huddleston needs something to go for Taylorville's way. Regan 20 losing the basketball, but getting over the left-hand side and picked up by Miller. Simbalcamp all over her. Now over the right-hand side, Van Truschler trying to get around Grace Rogers. And back over. Nearly traveled for Huddleston, but Huddleston cuts around, loses the basketball out of bounds, and it'll be somehow it's Civic ball. No idea how it's Civic basketball. No one touched her. And the Taylorville coaching staff not thrilled with the call that Civic ball. No one touched her. There was no foul. Somehow it's Civic basketball. Regan 20 trying to work around Simbalcamp. Feeding it up top to Gracie Miller. Miller left side. Van Truschler tries to get around Grace Rogers. And she does. Her first points of the quarter, but she's had a good game here herself. She's got 11. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Kylie to Grace. Grace left side, tries to get around 20. No good, and again, Taylorville cannot find the bucket at all here in this third quarter. Huddleston tries to get around Kylie Himes, this left-hand side. Cuts through, plenty of room in the lane. Then over the right side, picked up by Audrey Frankfurt. Frankfurt now over to Huddleston. Huddleston cuts over, and now a long three, and no good on that one. And the way things are going, it's amazing that they missed that three. The long air ball three from Hope Kitzman, and that's how the third quarter will end. Domination from Civic Memorial here. They lead this one 47-31. Struggling here in this one. They were outscored 19-5 in that third quarter. Isabel Edwards. Bruckner trying to work around Maisie. Hook shot, and no good. Fleming with the rebound. That's a good way to start. Now get some points. Peyton DeMichael, cross midcourt. DeMichael. Leads it over to Kylie. Kylie underneath to Grace Rogers. Rogers has her shot blocked. Picks it up and steps on the line. 7:15 left here in this one. Durbin. Takes her time, cross midcourt. Left side for Avery Huddleston. Huddleston tries to cut around, and ball's knocked out of bounds by Kylie Himeston, so it'll stay with Civic. Just past the 7-minute mark here, 47-31 in favor of Civic Memorial. High pass, but corralled by Civic's Meredith Bruckner. Up to Durbin. Civic now content to take their time, up by a significant margin. Right wing for Huddleston. And up top. Cuts around, trying to get around Grace Rogers. Now over to the right wing. Trouble for Isabel Edwards, and Edwards has to kick it out to the right-hand side. Trying to find some room is Huddleston. Huddleston gets around Kylie. And over to Durbin. And up top. And now losing the basketball, and out of bounds, and it'll be Taylorville basketball. Civic trying to do their best Lincoln impression by just passing the ball around, looking for an opening, but they didn't find it. Ball goes out of bounds, and Taylorville will take over again. So far, nearly 2 minutes here gone in this fourth quarter, and no one scored. Right side picked up by Grace Rogers. Rogers tries to feed it in. Now finally a reach call is made on Marley Durbin. That'll be Durbin's first, team first. Kylie inbound, gets into Leah Champley. Champley up top to Rogers. Tip it to Michael. Tries to feed it in. Again, the pass is picked off by Isabel Edwards. Durbin cross midcourt. Gets over to Ogden. Ogden back over the left-hand side over to Bruckner. Bruckner skip pass in, good read, and good points for Isabel Edwards. Taylorville has scored 5 points in the last 11 minutes. Kylie Himes is left-hand side. Oh, has some room, drives forward, and the blocking foul is called on Durbin. That's Durbin's second foul, team second. Kylie's free throw, good. Let's see what she wants to do here. Second free throw for her. Can't get it to fall, rebounded instead by Avery Huddleston. Left side. Now over to Regan 20. 20 over the left wing, then back up top. And resetting for Isabel Edwards. Edwards trying to get around Leah Champley. Now holding again. Coach saying, look, call closely guarded or something. Just chewing up time. Left-hand side for Avery Huddleston. Now Kylie will pick up a reach-in foul. Himes is his third. We'll have to pick our Nicole Patrick player of the game at the end of today's broadcast. Good read, but can't get the points for Isabel Edwards. And no, the referees cannot win player of the game. I'm sorry, that's just not how this works. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It was a joke. McKinley Sibblecamp, top of the key, right side for Kylie Himes. Himes' three-point shot hits the front of the rim, no good. And she's been relatively quiet since the second quarter. She had a good second quarter, that's why, quiet so far here. Nobody on the Taylorville team's been shooting very, very well here in this second half. Left side for Gracie Miller. Regan 20 has room, can't get it to fall. And now run over is Grace Rogers. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Civic ball. Somehow it's Civic. Taylor gets run over in Civic basketball. Full timeout, we'll take it with them. You're listening to 96.5thechill.com. Showdown trailing by 17 with 4:19 left here in the quarter. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's finally Taylorville basketball. Coach Jeff Durbin not liking that call. Kylie will inbound. Himes is across midcourt. Right side for Grace Rogers. Rogers launches it forward to Maisie Fleming, and now a whistle comes in, and off the ball foul will be called. And it'll be underneath the basket, Taylorville ball. First foul coming in on Allie Van Truchler. Reagan 20 checks out, and in comes Marley Ogden. Also checking out is Avery Huddleston. Kylie. Picked up by Maisie, left side. McKinley Simplecamp, no good, short on the three. Up in the air, Grace Rogers grabs it. Rogers. And Rogers somehow through traffic gets that one to fall. And they've needed her in foul trouble, but she's getting some minutes here in the fourth, 49-34. 15-point game, right side. Picked up on the run by Isabel Edwards. Edwards, top of the key, being guarded by Leah Champley. So good to have Leah back. Leah dealt with an injury through a good portion of the early part of last year. Nice to have her back this year. Now, Simplecamp knocks that ball out. And a foul will be called on Taylorville. So Simplecamp will pick up her second foul. She's been fantastic in this game. Right side and tries to feed it in. No room. Leah cuts that lane off, and dribbling it out is Van Truchler. Kylie knocks that one away, but right back into the hands of Truchler. Right side. Picked up by Isabel Edwards. Edwards resets, being guarded by Leah Champley. Tries to cut around, and now a off the ball foul again, and Simplecamp is frustrated. Maisie calming her down. And the referees have got to get things under control here in this one. It's getting a little chippy here in this fourth quarter. 3:19 left, 49-34 in favor of Civic. Taylorville coaching staff very loud on the sideline. High pass picked up by Edwards. Now a quick foul called on Kylie Heimsness. Now all of a sudden the referees are calling everything. That's her fourth. Hope Kitzman comes in. Inbound pass. Picked up by Van Truchler. Van Truchler on the right side. Simplecamp all over her. Cuts over the left wing. Trying to get around Maisie Fleming. Baseline drive, skip pass to the left side. Then back up top, and Civic resets. Now Civic just killing some time here. Left side, back up top. Had some room to shoot, changed her mind. Now trying to get around underneath the basket. Knocked away by Kylie Heimsness. 2:51 left in this one, 15-point game. Marley Ogden to inbound. Ogden. Right side for Isabel Edwards. Edwards trying to get around Hope Kitzman. Left side being picked up by Marley Ogden. Now a charge is called. And finally, Simplecamp gets that call. Third foul. Third foul on Marley Ogden. Gets him into Kylie Heimsness. Cross midcourt. Right side for Simplecamp. Into Maisie Fleming. Passes off the mark. And now an off the ball foul called on Civic. Fourth foul called on Gracie Miller. And now again, you can see a shift here as fouls are starting to get called quite regularly. That's the fifth foul. Taylorville will be in the bonus the rest of this quarter. Maisie's first free throw good. Taylorville actually outscoring Civic 5-2, but Civic playing the game of just holding the ball, so it makes sense that Taylorville would have the lead here in the fourth. Second free throw Can't get it to fall. Kylie tried getting the rebound, but it was picked up by Isabel Edwards. Now they run into each other. And it's going to be Taylorville basketball. This is the ball went off Civic. And the game. Crowd is loud. So the foul is on Isabel Edwards, her second. It is Taylorville basketball. Throw into Hope Kitzman. Kitzman tries to just feed to Macy Fleming. Fleming can't grab that one. Loose ball. Fleming goes down hard and upset. And now a timeout called by Civic. 49-35, 2:23 left here in this one. Emotions are high in this game. You're listening to 96.5thechill.com. By Durbin. And a full court press from Taylorville, something we have not seen from the Tornadoes here too recently. Off Macy's foot. Surprised no call was made for kicking the ball. Now right side and a foul coming in. I believe that'll be on Grace Rogers. Now 2 shots for Civic. It is the 4th foul on Grace Rogers, and there's a few players on this team in foul trouble, namely Grace Rogers, Kylie Hines, and for Civic, Gracie Miller. Free throw is no good. From Van Truchler. Second free throw from her. Good. 1 for 2 from the charity stripe for her. And here come Tornadoes. Kylie across midcourt right side. Sibblecamp to Kitzman. Kitzman. Left side for Rogers. Rogers over to Kylie. Kylie tries to feed into Macy. Ball gets knocked away and stolen away by Avery Huddleston. That's been the story of today. Avery Huddleston, left side. And Truchler up top. Huddleston, or excuse me, not Huddleston, that's Gracie Miller. Miller trying to work around some traffic and back up top. Stall ball at its finest, left side, and gets the N1. So the N1, and heading to the free throw line will be Isabel Edwards for the 3-point play. Taylorville has their lowest points of the season so far here tonight. They're down 52-35, 95 seconds left here in this one. Edwards to the free throw line. Checking in is Meredith Bruckner. He's had a quiet game for the senior. Three-point play complete. Kylie across midcourt. Left side for Sibblecamp. Tries to feed it into Macy, and again, the pass is just not there. Left side for Van Truchler. Hope Kitzman all over her. Now trying to get around Durbin. 69 seconds left. Right side, then up top, left wing. Left wing for Edwards. Don't forget to join us for Nicole Patrick Player of the Game, which we will announce at the end of today's broadcast. Civic Memorial will pick up the win in this tournament. They have just been dominant. They have only lost 2 games since they've joined this tournament originally. Civic will just move the ball around here at the end. Civic has won 6 out of the last 7 years. They will pick up a win here today as well. Mass subs for the Eagles. on a timeout called. And we'll get mass subs as well as Nora Thomas, Josephine Durbin, Gianna Tarr, Bailey Werns, and Liz Martin all check into the game as well. Taylorville hung with Civic for the first half in a 19-5 third quarter. Really was the story in this one. Taylorville just could not find the basket. The smothering defense from Civic in that third quarter, really the difference maker here in this game. Taylorville will fall to 4-1 on the season. Civic will pick up a 5-0 run in this tournament. And actually, they're 5-0 as well. I don't think they've played any additional games other than the ones here. So, Taylorville will get ready to head on the road. They will actually be on the road for almost all of December. We will have all those games broadcast for 965thechill.com. Left side for Regan 20. Over the right side. Trying to get around Gigi Tarr. Skip pass over to 20, then back up top. On the right side. That will do it for us from here. Let's take the break. When we come back, we'll have the trophies, presentations, and much more. You're listening to 965thechill.com. Final score 53-35 in favor of Civic Memorial, who wins the 30th annual holiday tournament.
People's Bank and Trust for being our tournament sponsors, as well as Subway, Walmart, Angelo's Pizza, and McDonald's for their donations to the hospitality room. At this time, we would like to announce the 30th annual People's Bank and Trust Taylorville Thanksgiving Tournament All-Tournament Team. Due to a 3-way tie for the last spot, this year's All-Tournament Team will consist of 10 players. They are, from Mount Zion, Ava Anderson. From Hillsboro, Kirsten Davis. From Civic Memorial, Marley Durbin. From Taylorville, Maisie Fleming. From Hillsboro, Maya Greenwood. From Taylorville, Kylie Heimsness. From Civic Memorial, Avery Huddleston. From Rochester, Taylor Offer. From Civic Memorial, Marley Ogden. And from Taylorville, Addison Tarr. Congratulations to our all-tournament team. And now for the team awards. In second place with a record of 4-1, the Taylorville Tornadoes. And for the second straight year, your 2024 People's Bank and Trust Holiday Tournament champions with a perfect 5-0 record, the Civic Memorial Eagles.
You're watching TommyTV.